Veazey now up into third, another driver who's yet to pick up a victory in this series. Such has been the strength of drivers over the 2 years we've had the MX5 World Sim Series, and we've had some legendary drivers here. Pablo Espez, for example, who's at the FIA Motorsport Games this weekend. You got the likes, of course, of Jaume Dalmases, who's come to play. You got Ade Koba, Nicholas Goebel, you've got Jason Cooper, you've got so many great drivers, but Jack Veazey wants some time at the front, and he moves to the lead, heading through Blanchimont.
Yeah, this
Dark cars in 2, 3, and 4. Dylan da Costa is 5th, along with Jack Veazey, who will be in position number 6. This is round 9 at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. Lights are on, lights are out, and it's an absolute stormer of a launch then from Nicholas Goebel, as he looked to launch then towards La Source, but he backs out of it and allows Adnan Grozdanic the ability to challenge through the opening corner. As 5-star look to play ball with each other, everyone else looks to fan on in behind at the new and improved Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. Plenty of gravel to go around for everybody, a beach party that will go in his single file through the majority in the field until you get to Michael Chase and Co, who are 3, now going to 2 wide up through Eau Rouge and Raidillon. Having none of it, though, is Goebel, followed by Dylan da Costa, the Frenchman, who is there behind. Jack Veazey, the bridge to the divide with Fox and Bremer and Singleton and Sundberg and Michael Chase. It is 10 at the front of this field, hoping they can find themselves an opportunity to make it happen. This is very much like you see in road race cycling right now, where effectively Adnan Grozdanic is a domestique right now, working to try and get this group away, and then they will start racing amongst themselves. Here comes the push for Ade Koba. Goebel's gonna make it 3 wide. Will there be a 4 wide push, or does Grozdanic take a push? He does. Watch out for Jack Veazey. Will he try and push Nicholas Goebel through? They will. 5-star are dueling their way up the Kemmel, and Goebel will get what he wants. Ade Koba shuffled back to 5th.
Yeah, Ade Koba really just caught with no helping hand there. The rest of the drivers around them all had that bump draft assistance, and Ade, with no slipstream, with no other engine to help them get pushed along, drops all the way down to 5th position, losing 4 pretty much for 3. Here is a replay of Martin Smith, who is going to be having a bit of visibility issues out on track, it seems, right now.
That's huge. We don't often see it like that. That reminds me of Marco Marin back in the early 2000s, early mid-2000s World Rally Championship, who was able to win his rally race out there when the bonnet flew up on the final stage of the rally. So it's very similar for Martin Schmidt, who hit the brakes. The catch has obviously failed on the car from the contact that he's had so far, and ultimately he's able to get himself back sorted again. So that was a big moment for him in his race, but he'll now be hoping to try and charge forward. Veazey now up into third, another driver who's yet to pick up a victory in this series. Such has been the strength of drivers over the 2 years we've had the MX5 World Sim Series, and we've had some legendary drivers here. Pablo Espez, for example, who's at the FIA Motorsport Games this weekend. You got the likes, of course, of Jaume Dalmases, who's come to play. You got Ade Koba, Nicholas Goebel, you've got Jason Cooper, you've got so many great drivers, but Jack Veazey wants some time at the front, and he moves to the lead, heading through Blanchimont.
Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a dicey one as well, as behind we see cars squabbling for positions as well. Is that going to be Fox on the outside? I think it is. Fox going for a move now towards da Costa.
Oh, no way.
Will we find that inside? No, but side by side, Nicholas Goebel fights Veazey back, but Veazey's going to have the inside for the first corner, and by the time it looks like he has the momentum, he has the run, and now first position is firmly secured despite the fact that he had already won it one time. Now he has to win it a second, and can he hold on? The Slipstream Fest will continue.
So all of that has happened. Adnan Grozdanic, I think, has had the plug pulled on his internet, and he is out of this race. And that just goes to show you how desperately unlucky he's been. Lincoln Fox is getting a push right now into Eau Rouge as he deals with Bremer up the inside and Michael Chase. They've got to be careful because they'll lose the 4 in front, and they can't afford to lose those 4 in the front of this field. It's now 8 at the front, and they're pushing along the main straight because now it is a case of Nicholas Goebel getting the push from what is going to be Dylan da Costa, and he's got to be quite alert to that. Ade Koba moves up into third. Dare I ask if you want to be second, third, or even fourth onto the Camel if you go onto the last lap? Well, da Costa now takes his turn, moving to the front of the field, and he takes it away from Nicholas Goebel, with Ade Koba still holding the point. Bremer trying to sneak up through. He has a big slide behind and can't catch up with Jack Veazey. So Veazey holds on to the place. Bremer with that massive slide of oversteer as he was trying to put the power down means that he falls back into line. Singleton and Chase are just sitting there, the two Americans, hoping that they can find a way through a little bit later on, as we're now down to 10.5 minutes in this race, or as I put it, 4 laps.
Yeah, this is where the gloves really start to come off the drivers. They need to secure themselves into the positions, as you said, to set yourself up for that final lap. This is basically the long game for especially Spa here. We mentioned the slipstream fest that goes on, the position changes that are required. Here is Bremer going for a move onto Veazey. Veazey, though, parking it dead center of the track, and Bremer just really gluing himself to the bumper like a license plate there with not much of an intention. Is he going to have a late send? No, he just elects to stay there. Same story cannot be said, though, for the top 3. Nicholas Goebel trying to get onto Ade Koba. Ade Koba, though, drops the position to da Costa.
Main players of the game as Koba's trying to force 2 tyres from Lincoln Fox as he pushes up the Camel for a way through. Nowhere to go. 3 wide, almost 4 as they run up in towards Lake Coombe. It's da Costa and Fox, and Lincoln Fox, the slayest of the lot, trying to go through. Da Costa holds his nerve at Malmedy, and Ade Koba trying to pull himself in with 4 minutes to go. Oh, this is fantastic. Still for the race lead side by side as they head down towards Bruchel. Da Costa on the inside line is going to get what he wants. Here comes Ade.
Ade Koba, though, to the outside of No Name. This is going to be the unfavorable line in Lincoln Fox. He does secure 1 position. Dylan da Costa, he knows the pressure is on. The question that I'm going to be asking myself, and Lincoln might be as well, is he overdriving the car? Are tires going to play a role at the end of this race just due to the fact that he is on full send mode right now, trying to switch it back through Blanchimont? Ade Koba got the better run, but look at the heads-up decision-making from Lincoln Fox. He has the outside line, though, and will have to pretty much give that up. And now with Nicholas Goebel coming in, is he going to be able to hold that? It looks like for now, but how long is the question, Jake?
Well, with a lap to go, Fox is now looking to try and pivot. 0.6 of a second is not enough coming out of a Stavolo corner to give you what you need to survive, and wide in the gravel goes Lincoln Fox, and suddenly Nicholas Goebel has another attempt. You look behind that, Jack Veazey trying to corral the troops with Michael Chase, Ewan Bremer and Joel Singleton side by side as well, battling up through now, Eau Rouge and into Radion. Lincoln Fox does not want to give this up with Nicholas Goebel, and Goebel just needs some calm because he needs to get up to Ade Koba. El Capitan is on the charge and is looking at the Camel at a helpless Dylan da Costa, and da Costa can't do anything about it, so he'll lose the lead on the Camel. But remember, he's got Stavolo to the chicane to try and follow behind for his first maiden win. Up at Lake Coombe, hip check, spin behind, troubles, and it's going to be Michael Chase out of contention. Front goes then off of the west side of Jason Cooper, and he'll have to try and continue on. What a shame for Michael Chase. He was looking at some big points. The group has disintegrated now into 5 at the front. Joel Singleton's too far back. He's making moves a little bit too late, but Ade Koba now, El Capitan Fantastico is currently there, but is he going to start playing games to say, I'm going to give it up here, heading over towards Pouon? The last place he wants to be is heading through Stavolo with the race lead, because he'll know that Dylan da Costa will want his way through, and he will want only his way through. Lincoln Fox stalks his prey in 3rd place. Goebel and Veazey, passengers to the battle, unless there's slipstream that can put themselves in play, or dramas down at the final chicane through the Fania, right and then left in towards the campus corner. The last great transfer, heavy on the brakes, goes Dylan da Costa, who can sense it, can taste it. It's a great drive though out to the corner though from Ade Koba in a Simify Esports car. He's given himself 0.4 of a second, but we know how important a slipstream is. Heading through towards Blanchemont corner, the fast, the ferocious, and the heroic. And now da Costa starts to close the gap down. Lincoln Fox has been the best on the brakes, so you can't count him out. Where do you go, Dylan? Where do you go, Dylan? Look out for Lincoln Fox. He can't find a lane. Contact there between the two of them. Now it's about brakes. Who's got the most? Here goes Lincoln Fox down to the inside. Ade Koba holding on the inside line. Fox can't get the drive he wants. Oh, El Capitan. Oh, El Capitan. El Dios de las Carreras Sim. Ay, Canaria. Ay, Canaria. What a win.
Absolutely incredible. Da Costa takes home second, Jack Veazey in third, Lincoln Fox with fourth for all of his efforts around the outside. Next to the line is going to be Peter Hossens here for 13th position, but Niklas Gobel finishing in fifth. Ewan Bremer in sixth, with seventh belonging to Singleton. Charles Kellyman scrapping it out for the bottom positions here, just into the top 20. He is going to bring home 19th position for Jamaica. Not a bad result there for sitting 24th in the championship. But my goodness, Jake, the photo finishes pretty much all the way throughout the grid. This was an incredible race.
Here to you in the Simify MX5 World Sim Series, Ade Koba is just having the autumn of his life. A victory by 0.2 of a second over Dylan da Costa, who threw everything he could to try and get his first win of the series, and ultimately he just falls short. Jack Veazey will steal a podium away from Lincoln Fox, who looked like he was going to be the one on the brakes, who was always going to throw the nearest challenge, just falls short there in his efforts as Niklas Goebel takes a consistent fifth place.